Okay, I got a twofer for you today. I'm going to do a comparison between the official Knorr pasta side chicken flavor and the Great Value or Walmart brand chicken and pasta sauce. They don't look alike, but I think they're supposed to be. This is supposed to be competing with this or an alternative to this. So let's look at the ingredients or the calories. So this is not so much for survival, but just a taste comparison. You know, if you're on a budget or something. And these are quick meals. So it says here 2 servings per container. It says 1 serving per container. So you know, it's on the labeling. So if you just double this number, 440, so 450. So this whole container contains 440 calories. This contains 450 calories. You know, 10 calories is kind of negligible. This has pasta, soy protein, onion powder, chicken powder. So this is my dehydrated chicken, so that's the other twofer. I'm going to try to reconstitute this, figure out how to reconstitute it. I put it in a grinder, like a food processor, and it just turned it into powder, so I just kind of left it like that. So I'm going to try to reconstitute this somehow, figure out how to do it, and then just sprinkle it, augment it with the pasta meals here. So you can pause that and read that. I know a lot of people are concerned about sodium, so let's see, the whole bag is 1,230 milligrams, 570, so that's what, 1140 versus 12. So this is a little bit lower in sodium, so this might actually be better for people who are sodium conscious. And you can also do it apparently in the microwave, but we're going to do it on the stove just for even Steven comparison. So one thing the instructions say to use is a tablespoon of margarine or vegetable oil. Well, this is my channel, so we won't be using margarine or vegetable oil. Just good old bacon grease for me. That's about right. Pretty interesting. I poured some boiling water into the chicken, the ground up dehydrated chicken, and it started to puff up pretty big. So it was probably half the size, and then now it's puffed up. So I'm gonna try to pour a little more hot water in it, and you can see a chunk there in the middle that let's see if we can break up a little bit. So maybe grinding it up will help it reconstitute a little better. Let's put a little more water in there. Yeah, we'll let that soak for a few minutes, and coincidentally our water is starting to boil. Alright, so on the left I'm going to do the Knorr, and on the right I'm going to do the Walmart brand. It says to boil for 7 minutes. Or until the noodles are tender. The Walmart bag is more plastic. It's probably all plastic, whereas the Knorr bag has like a foil lined paper. So, but yeah, the plastic on the Walmart bag is a little more substantial. So yeah, just surprising. And the noodles look a little lighter in color. Okay, they've been boiling for 7 minutes, and as I've mentioned before, it's still soupy. Knorr, I knew the Knorr was kind of soupy, but the Walmart brand is soupy also. It says to let sit for 2 minutes, right? Yeah, still real soupy. I followed the directions to the letter, besides the bacon grease, just for a full comparison. There's a little sticky on the bottom of this pot, so I'm gonna let it stand and we'll come back. Okay, I've let them sit for more than 2 minutes, and the Knorr, scoot you down here, the Knorr is still very soupy. So it's kind of par for the course for Knorr. So every Knorr pack that I've made, they tell you to put almost too much water. So knowing this, if you get Knorr, probably reduce the water about 10%. So if they tell you 2 cups, whatever, 10% off of 2 cups is, I would even go as far as like 1 3/4. The Walmart has thickened up pretty well. I mean, it's still soupy, but it's not as bad as the Knorr. So as far as cooking instructions, I think the Walmart so far is doing a little better. All right, and before I burn my face off, the dehydrated chicken that I reconstituted, it looks unappetizing, but I actually tried it, and grinding them up into little smaller chunks is making it passable. It's not as chewy as leaving them in the big chunks. So this is about the size of the chunks that I of the chicken that I dehydrated and broke up, and these are good snacks. But when I reconstituted them, let me give you a little look there. Yeah, they puffed up pretty good. You get a little comparison here. It's about the size of the dry before they reconstituted. A little bit bigger, not much, but they are passable. So let me give you a taste test of this. It's still a little chewy, but it's passable. Like I said, if you were in an emergency situation, it'll give you some nutrition, and if you could probably get it to soften up a little more if you like maybe boiled it. But given an emergency situation, your fuel situation might not be one where you could expend extra fuel, but maybe boil some water, put it in there, and then put a lid on it. But it's passable. Let's try the Knorr, the soupy Knorr. Yeah, see how it's just still drippy. All right, so noodles are soft, flavor's good. Let me just get a little bit of the soup. It's not overly salty. Yeah, it's like chicken soup. Consistency of like thick chicken soup. It's decent. Get a little bit of bigger bite there. For what it is, it's okay. And these Knorr pouches, I think I got 2 for 1, so it's like 50 cents. Plus the energy that I expended cooking it. So here's the Walmart. It's not as soupy. So try not to burn my face off. The noodles are much softer. Not as much flavor, but it does have less sodium, as I showed you on the ingredients list or the nutritional value list. But if you're not averse to salt, you can put your own salt. You can put seasoned salt or Texas Pete. Yeah. See that? Kind of hard to hold the spoon towards the camera and not have it run off the spoon. It's better. I can just mostly taste the Texas Pete. I don't taste any other spices or flavorings in the noodles. But this was less. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's like 79 cents regular price. So on a non-sale day, yeah, it's a little cheaper than the Knorr. Knorr usually runs about $1. And this is 79 cents, so this is a good meal for 79 cents. You could live on this. Better than ramen. Alright. Now, let's try it with some reconstituted chicken. Get a little reconstituted chicken in there. A little Texas Pete on there too. Chewy chicken. It's not bad. Not bad for emergency food. Alright, let's do the same thing for the Knorr. It's kind of starting to thicken up now, but still soupy. So, to be fair, Texas Pete. Little reconstituted chicken. Chicken. Alright. Look at all that. Watery, but chicken adds good texture to it. I found out last time when I made the original Knorr with the chicken with the bigger pieces of reconstituted chicken. After eating the whole portion, I got tired of chewing. So maybe these smaller chunks, being not as chewy, won't be as unpleasant of an experience when you get towards the end. But again, if you're hungry and it's an emergency situation, I don't think you mind a little bit of a chewy chicken. Yeah, it's good. Soupy but good. So this is good comfort food too. If you got a cold day or something like that, and you're on a budget, break out the Knorr, break out the reconstituted chicken, and have a good comfort meal. All right. So, summary: the Knorr is a little more expensive and runny, but good flavor. The Walmart brand is less expensive, not as runny, but not as much flavor. But they all both do the job, especially if you have a little Texas Pete and maybe some reconstituted chicken. You can also buy what do you call it? Freeze-dried protein to put in there. That's up to you. You can go as expensive as you want. Of course, if you're on a budget, probably making your own dehydrated protein is better, or can your own protein, canned chicken or canned beef. And so I think they deserve a little cowbell. And of course, Texas Pete deserves more cowbell. Texas Pete bump.